Who don't know, this is Jessica DeVore Cook, also known as the up-and-coming DJ in the Detroit music scene named Qurl. So before we start the interview, do you mind if I refer to you as Qurl or Jessica during this interview?
You can call me Qurl.
All right, Qurl. That's great. So how long have you been in the Detroit music scene and what got you started DJing?
So I've been in the scene a little over a year now, and kind of what got me started was, I love music, and I've always loved the Detroit music scene for techno and house, so that really inspired me to get started. And also, my job that I was working at, and I worked there, and I decided that I don't want to be doing this for the rest of my life, working a 9 to 5, so me DJing just was like a step in the right direction for me to pursue my dream.
So it was kind of like an escape from the soul draining 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Yeah. Got it.
So where was your first booking and how many people ended up showing up to your first show?
So my first real booking was at the Grasshopper Underground in Ferndale, Michigan. And it was a sold out show, but when I was playing, I opened, so I only played like 10 or 10:30. It's probably like 10 people there, maybe 15.
Okay, so not a ton, very different from the amount of people that you're playing for now.
Yeah.
What's the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
Well, since I am just getting started in the industry, my career is like starting to take off right before COVID, and things got shut down. So with that being said, shows are at half capacity. So the largest crowd I've played for is probably a little over 100 people.
Okay, but that would definitely be different if COVID wasn't slicing the amount of shows you're allowed to play and the amount of people that can actually be inside the building.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So how many shows have you gotten to play over this past year?
Let's see, I would say probably over 20.
Okay.
Maybe let's see. Yeah, I would say a little over 20, maybe like between 20 and 30 shows.
That's still a lot considering the fact that there was like a 4-month lockdown in the middle of the year.
Yeah, things really picked up once they lifted the restrictions of the lockdown for the first one. So there was a lot of smaller capacity shows, so I was just constantly getting booked for those.
Yeah, very cool. So what was the biggest struggle getting into the Detroit music scene?
I think the biggest struggle for anyone getting into any music scene is just like getting your name out there, because you start off as a nobody, no one knows you, so you have to go and make connections with people, kind of have to put yourself out of your comfort zone and just get to know important people in the scene, putting yourself out there, kind of bugging people with like mixes or just like trying to get to know them.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably the hardest thing for me, especially because I'm kind of shy at first. When I don't know people that well, I'm pretty shy. So being in the scene has definitely helped me like open up in that regards, and has helped me be able to talk to people a little better and hold conversations.
Got it. Yeah, so you kind of just gotta beg until someone will let you shoot your shot, right?
Exactly. So I was begging.
So, do you have a favorite venue that you like to play at in Detroit?
Yeah, the Magic Stick downtown. It's really cool. It's this club that's above a bowling alley and a pizzeria. And there's lights on the ceilings, the walls, and there's couches, and it's just a whole vibe in there. It's super cool. I've always loved playing there. It was like on my bucket list of places to play, and I'm really honored to have been playing shows there.
Very cool. Yeah, the Magic Stick has a great reputation in Detroit.
Yes.
So who is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration is probably Claude Von Stroke, who is the Dirty Bird label owner, and he's also a DJ. And yeah, he's a huge inspiration to me just for everything he does for his community, his record label. He puts on parties, campouts, ships that people can party on. Like, he's always doing something. He's always putting out music, and he just has such a great reputation. And I love him. I've always thought he is just like the best in the scene.
Yeah, he's a bit of a Detroit legend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, mention that. He is.
So, what is your favorite thing about the Detroit music scene that you think is unique to our city as opposed to other places in the world?
Yeah, so actually, me and my friends were talking about this last night. Everyone in the scene is so nice and wishes nothing but the best for anyone. Like, it's so rare to come across people that are like that in like other scenes, like LA or Chicago or New York. It's like, I don't know, more cutthroat. But here in Detroit, everyone just loves each other, and like we all like help each other out, and it's just a sense of community that I've never experienced or even heard of before.
Yeah.
So I think really cool. And I would say just like, I mean, we're home of techno, so we have some fire music coming out of here, and there's just always a party going on.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It seems like you've been really embraced with open arms, especially being, new on the scene. It's not like you had anybody to bring you in from the beginning. You did it on your own, and now you're constantly doing back-to-backs with other people or getting invited on stage when you're not even on the lineup. And it just seems like whenever Qurl's in the house, everyone's really stoked to let you in on all the action.
Yeah, it is. They have welcomed me with open arms. That's why I'm so grateful to be a part of this scene. I feel like I'm home. I feel like this is really truly my home. So it's very nice to be embraced by so many people that believe in me.
Yeah, that's amazing. So where do you see your career in 5 years?
Well, in 5 years, I want to be. In 5 years, I want to be a world touring DJ. That's essentially, like, long story short, I want to make that a thing, and I want to be putting out music, producing, and I want to eventually start spinning vinyls. That's always been like it's always been like a big thing for me. I feel like that's such a flex if someone can spin vinyl. So I kind of just like want to do it all, learn maybe like an instrument or two along the way. I'm taking piano lessons now, so who's to say I won't do some other stuff? I'd love to.
Yeah, incorporating lots of new elements, traveling while playing. Very cool. So are there any like festivals or venues or cities or anything on your DJ bucket list right now that you want to do, like once COVID is over and everything like that?
Well, of course, I'd love to play Movement, which is here in Detroit. It's the techno music festival. I've loved Movement my whole life. I've always wanted to play there. So that's like number one.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like I'd love to do like Electric Forest, which is also in Michigan. I'd love to do like Tomorrow World or yeah, I don't know, just like a few smaller festivals, a few bigger ones. Maybe Coachella one day. I don't know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Big goals, Qurl, big goals. So, lastly, do you have any advice for aspiring DJs who want to get into any scene or the Detroit scene in particular?
Yeah. My advice I would give to anyone is to just stay persistent with anything that you're trying to do. Just getting your name out there is also huge too. So post mixes, go live on Instagram with your DJing. Just message people your mix, especially with talent buyers. Just be persistent. Sorry about that. Yeah, just be persistent and don't give up. Just because someone says no, there'll be 5 other people that could say yeah. So don't let getting declined or whatever discourage you. If anything, let it fuel your fire.
Yeah. All right. So just never give up, essentially.
Yeah.
As corny as it sounds, but
I know, as corny as it sounds, it is the truest statement that anyone's ever told me.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, that's it. Thank you, Qurl, for letting me sit down with you and get to know you a little bit better and learn about where you're at and what your path has in store for the future. I know I'm not alone when I say I can't wait to see what this next year has in store for you.